Welcome to A Night With, the show where we invite members of the TF2 community to discuss the game and the people who play it. Tonight, we're on with the real Tim Allen official, the brain behind one of the fastest growing TF2 channels on YouTube I've seen in a long time. Tim, welcome to the show.
Hey, I'm Tim.
That's
Tony
Tim.
Allen on YouTube.
Tony
My
Allen.
name on like Steam and Discord and everything is Zealot non-official, but on YouTube it's just Tony Allen.
Perfect. All right. So for people who don't know you or haven't heard of your channel, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I make Team Fortress 2 videos, and I'm probably most notable for a video called TF2's actual worst YouTuber.
And that was the Zealot one, right?
Yeah.
I
I remember when I was watching your stream, you were struggling to remember his name.
Yeah. That means your video worked, right?
Well, what do you mean it worked?
Well, I mean, all of a sudden, I can't remember his name, and I just watched a 45-minute video on him, and then a follow-up video, and then a diss track. So
yeah.
It must be doing some sort of magic. We'll get into that portion a little bit later because I think it's super interesting what that did for you and your channel. But what initially made you want to start up a YouTube channel at the beginning?
Well, I guess I had been watching TF2 YouTube channels for a while, and eventually I thought, why don't I just make one? Why don't I just make a video? And then I started making videos, and ever since I started making them, I had yearned for an audience, so I could, for a few reasons, I wanted to make this video called Odd Merc Out, which is another video I made recently, which is, it's, if you've seen the channel Jubilee, where they have this series called Odd Man Out.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that, but in TF2, and I wanted members of my audience to be included in that. That's the main motivation to get an audience.
Okay. And so it's almost like supposed to feed back in on itself. The bigger the channel you get, the more people you get out to, the more people can come back and you can have in your videos. That's pretty slick. I did watch that the Odd Man, gosh, was it a bunch of medics and a hidden engineer main or something like that?
Yeah.
I think that's super interesting, that style of video. And I keep on getting ahead of myself because I think your channel is fascinating. But first, let's start with your TF2. Let's start with your TF2 history. What made you pick up TF2, and around when did you get into it?
I feel like everyone has like a TF2 story, one day I was doing this, and then, but for me, it's like very vague, I just remember playing like CTF Well on the Orange Box on Xbox. I don't even think they had CTF Well actually, so it was probably CP Well on the Xbox 360 on the Orange Box. That's like my first memory. And then I started playing PC TF2 in 2015 because I remember booting up the game and seeing the gunmetal screen. So that's, but I don't have like a detailed anecdote of when I got into the game. I remember when I first started playing on PC, I played Heavy a lot, but that's pretty much the extent of what I remember.
Okay. Do you happen to remember when gunmetal came out? Around when that was?
I think it was 2015. If it was
2015.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I did not come into it until way later. 5 years ago or so. So, quote unquote, way later, 2 years.
Like Jungle Inferno.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I was there for only a little bit of pre-Jungle Inferno, and then ever since then I've been blessed with no updates whatsoever.
Yeah, 0 weapon balance changes.
It was so weird. I remember watching, so before Jungle Inferno, the Sandman was really like the thing that people hated on the most. It was like, not the most, but the most that I saw because I played Scout mostly. And then since I mostly played Scout, then I paid attention to the Atomizer, which hurt you with a triple jump, and now it's totally different. And it blew my mind when I got back into TF2 a couple years ago, and I was like, or like 3 years ago.
Yep.
And thankfully, my world has not been rocked with balance changes for a few years now.
Yeah.
So
it is kind of nice. For other games, the meta gets switched up constantly. So like if you lead, like, you know, I used to play Apex Legends. If I came back to it now, I'd probably be like, what the hell? This character's good now, you know. But with TF2, you don't really have to worry about that.
It's kind of a blessing and a curse now that I think about it.
Yeah.
It is too bad because I do wish other things would happen, but oh well. Speaking of how TF2 has changed in the past, since you started playing, how has TF2 changed in your eyes?
I think it's gotten worse.
Really?
Like, yeah, because the game itself hasn't changed much because, you know, it hasn't gotten updates.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, you know, obviously the whole bot thing, but there's also just been, I feel like what the bots have done is made it, I don't know, newer players, they feel like they understand it. You know, there's bots, I can kick them like this, but then they don't understand how to deal with actual human cheaters, you know, which I see a lot of, right? And they can't pick up on it because it's more subtle, so they think this guy's not playing sniper and spinning around in a circle, he must not be cheating. So
interesting.
You know, when it's, yeah,
that's definitely not a take that I've heard yet, but you're absolutely right, where it's like I can be playing the game, and I was playing a little bit before the massive bot infestation happened, and it would be clear like the Scout's shooting backwards while, like, you know, he flicks around, whatever. But you're right, people aren't looking at him thinking that's a sniper, I need to kick it.
Yeah,
that's really good.
I play 2-Fort a lot, and it feels like every other game there's at least one cheater, and sometimes I feel like I don't even spot them. You know, I was there was a Widowmaker engineer, and you know, if you're gonna cheat on engineer, you're gonna use the Widowmaker. That makes sense. And it was so blatant. There's a command you can put in console. I have it bound to my mouse wheel. You just put extend freeze in console, and it extends your respawn time, so you can spectate your teammates. So I was spectating the engineer. It was so blatant. You know, he had crit cheats and everything. And I tried to, you know, talk in voice chat like, hey, this guy's very suspicious. You know, I looked at his profile and everything. He's 100% cheating. And my teammates just would not, like, accept it because he was playing engineer and not sniper.
And they're just like, nobody chooses engineer. What are you talking about?
You know,
they almost forget that scripts exist for just aim, which most characters do anyways. So what did you do?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then I got auto balanced. So I had to deal with them then.
The TF2 is so fucked up. I don't get it. So okay, all right. Next question that I have, because we definitely will keep on getting into how messed up TF2 is. What class do you main, if any?
Well, you know, if you asked me like a month ago, I would have said Soldier, and the answer is still probably Soldier. But I've been finding myself playing him a lot less. I'm getting bored of him, and I've, you know, want to play every class, right? And so I want to reach a point where I don't have a main.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, my hours on Soldier are very disproportionately. There's a lot. I have a lot of them.
How many hours do you have on Soldier?
Well, I mean, actually, it's really not that much because I reset my stats. But if you look at it, it's like 500, and then my next highest is Demo Man with like 87.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay, and then in TF2, how many hours do you have? Just like
I'm coming up on 5,000.
Okay. I just passed 3, so I'm gonna have to beat you eventually. I guess I'll idle in menu more. Okay. The easy way. Which class is your favorite one to play against, and which one is your least favorite?
Play against.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm favorite class to play against is I think Demo Man, because he's, you know, if you get hit by a Demo Man, it feels deserved most of the time. unless you sticky spam me, then I don't have fun playing against demo men. But my least favorite, I mean, is either pyro or sniper. It's whichever one, because those are the two that are kind of objectively the worst to play against.
Okay. Sniper for obvious reasons, and pyro because
I main soldier.
The new trap. Which map is your favorite, and which one is your least favorite to play on?
My favorite, honestly, and I'm not saying this is just because Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I think Man Manor is like my favorite map in the game.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard a Halloween map yet.
Yeah, I mean,
what about it is good? What about Man Manor?
It's Mountain Lab itself is a pretty good map, but then you have the Headless Horseman, and then you have the crit pumpkins can be annoying, but they're just like random crits. They're just random crits, but like in a different form.
Yeah.
So, and I don't mind random crits. I'm not one of the people that's like, oh, we need these removed from the game. They can be annoying, but that's a different discussion. My least favorite map is Hoodoo.
Hoodoo?
Yeah.
I don't even think that I have that one like locked into my queue whenever I queue up for casual.
Yeah, the thing is, whenever I queue for it, it says thanks for supporting this map, because apparently like 5 years ago or something, I got a map stamp for Hoodoo, and this map sucks. Why would I do that? Whenever I queue for it, I'm reminded of how I gave the creator of the map money.
How did you get a map stamp for Hoodoo?
I don't remember.
Do that accidentally?
I have dementia or something. This is why I don't have a TF2. Like how I got into the TF2 story, I don't know, man.
Have you seen that SFM of Soldier bought all the map stamps for Banana Bay or whatever? And then Scott's like, "What did you do with all my money?" It's like, "I traded everything for Banana Bay hat stamps." How many? 4,000. No. That's coming up in your future. Be aware. Except for Hoodoo, apparently. Goodness. So the next set of questions are more so geared around your channel, and the content that's on it. Your channel has some of the most varied content that I've seen from a TF2 YouTuber in recent years. For those who haven't stumbled across your channel or seen it yet, what kind of content do you create on there?
Well, I mean, I guess I specialize in like copying other people, but putting it into the context of TF2. Like I copied Markiplier's Smasher Pass thing, but did it with TF2 weapons. I also do song parodies, which people don't really watch. I don't know if it's because people don't like them or YouTube doesn't recommend them because they all get like copyright claimed. But they're just fun to make, and I do that. I want to do more Odd Merc Out. One thing that the whole Zealot trilogy. I have 3 videos about Zealot, which I guess we'll get into that later. I don't plan to do anything like that ever again. I get people asking me to like do more videos like that, but yeah, that's.
You don't want to be the whammo drama channel that.
Yeah, I wanna focus on TF2 and not the people who play TF2, I suppose.
That is fair. That's my job. That's this show's job. To tackle the good people so far. Although, honestly, if I could get Zealot on the show, that'd be pretty funny. That'd be pretty funny. Zealot, if you're listening to this,
you could do a Bible study with him.
Oh my God! Actually, that would be hilarious. Because wait, no, so I can't. Not yet.
What?
First the music videos, because I've listened to all of them, and I honestly think that they're super fun to watch, and It's interesting because they kind of ring to me out like Uncle Dane's do. You've seen Uncle Dane's music videos?
Yeah, I guess that was the inspiration behind them, but I don't really.
Tonally, they're definitely not the same.
Yeah.
So do you have like a musical background that you're using to make these music videos, or is it just off the cuff?
Yeah, I just like writing lyrics. Like I can't sing really, so I just kind of I just write lyrics and then go where I think that. Yeah, I have a lot of songs written that I'm just ready, like, waiting to like record, and but I don't want to have like, you know, 9 music videos uploaded in a row. I want to
Hmm.
space them out. So I have a bunch ready to be recorded and made, but
Okay.
you know,
I mean, that's a good idea. Honestly, you don't want to be the TF2 music video channel necessarily
honestly,
either.
that would be kind of sick.
Yeah, to be the TF2 music guy.
Yeah,
What
but
is?
the problem is they wouldn't get as many views because I think it is the fact that they're copyright claimed that they don't get recommended as often.
Are they actually copyright claimed?
Well, yeah, because they use the instrumentals for the original songs.
Oh, I guess
Yeah.
that's
For
well.
what's interesting though is, for I did a parody of Industry Baby, a parody
Mhm.
of Despacito, and a parody of Baby, and they're all copyright. Or I also did one of I Want It That Way. They're all copyright claimed, but for whatever reason, the one with the parody of the Justin Bieber song, I
Yeah.
can share revenue, right? I get some money from that,
Oh,
and
what?
yeah, I
Okay.
guess I share revenue with Justin Bieber for that song.
That's
For
kind
what
of
I don't know.
that's kind of cool.
And the I Want It That Way parody is
Yeah.
blocked in Russia, so
Is
that's
blocked in Russia? Why? Does it
yeah.
tell
I
you
don't know.
why?
No, it just says this video will not be seen by 1% of your audience, and it's like
What?
where it's like Russia. Yeah,
That is so weird. YouTube is so fucked up when it comes to copyright claiming stuff. It at some
I
point you would
guess
think it would just make sense. I don't
I
think I've
guess
seen it though.
the I think it's just the Backstreet Boys don't like Russians.
That's the only logical conclusion that we can get out of this.
Yeah.
Um, what made so I can't remember if you had answered this when you were starting to make these music videos. Was there anything that initially pushed you to want to you want to make TF2 music parodies? Was there anything that pushed you there, or was it just a
Well,
fleeting thought?
I guess what happened is I don't know. I was probably in the shower or something, and then
Mm.
just the phrase, and then just Industry Baby popped into my head, and then Babyface's Blaster popped into my head,
Oh
and then
my
I thought,
god.
Industry Babyface's Blaster, that's hilarious. And then I just made it with like the worst mic quality, with like my headset mic, and then
It's pretty
and then
bad. I-
yeah.
to no
The thing is,
discredit.
I think that parody, despite the microphone quality, is my best one because the lyrics are just so awesome.
The lyrics are
Um,
really fun in it. Absolutely, it's a
but
banger.
yeah, and then I made that, and I'm like, that was fun. I'll do it more.
Do you
That was the thing.
and you have upgraded your mic quality since then?
Well, no, I actually haven't. I just started using my
No.
phone to record. I realized that if I just talk into my phone, that sounds better than just using my headset mic.
That is so cursed. Oh my god. I I have a side note down here. I don't know when I wrote this, but I wrote I'd love to work on one of these with you.
Mm.
So if you ever need to outsource singing from a dude who works in an audio production studio, please let me know because that'd be a ton of fun.
Yeah, what? Yeah. You
From
rap?
there, I I was in choir in high school,
Oh, got it.
so only the worst, like only like you imagine Christian rappers rap,
Oh,
if that
yeah.
makes sense. But we'll work on it. We'll be in touch.
Yeah.
What music do you have any music videos in the pipeline currently? Stuff that you
Well,
haven't talked about?
yeah. So when I first started, when I was in the process of moving, because I moved recently,
Mm.
in my spare time, what I did is I just took every TF2 weapon in the game and categorized them by the amount of syllables in their name, and then went through this huge playlist of just like a billion songs,
Mhm.
and then I would like look at the song and be like, all right, what's a weapon that has the same amount of syllables in the name as the name, and I just did that for every weapon. So every weapon in the game has a song that I will parody for it.
Oh my god.
The
Okay.
next one's gonna be about the shotgun.
The shotgun, stock shotgun.
Yeah,
Can we know which song it is?
Airplanes by Bub.
Oh god. I cannot wait. That's gonna be so much fun. They seem like they're a lot of fun to make too. Like
Yeah.
lyrically, technically, it looks like a ton of fun. What is the
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you initially get the idea for a song. What's like your workflow from there?
Well, ideally, the song's already written before I start like working on actually making the video.
Mhm.
So then I'll just, I can't. I live with people, and I
Okay.
can't record when someone's home because I sound less authentic. I can't do it. I don't when I know people are listening to me in the moment. So I have to wait
Yes.
until no one's home, and then I, sing into my phone, um, and then upload that to my computer,
Mhm.
mix it to the original instrumental, and then then comes the gameplay part where I write down um every clip that I need. So like for as the lyrics as the song plays, I
Mhm.
want the video to correlate to like the lyrics. If I'm singing about the Scottish resistance and how fast the stickies fire, I
Yeah.
want a clip of me quickly shooting stickies. You know,
Okay.
and so I'll write those down and check them off as I play, kind of like I'm doing my own custom contracts.
Okay. So it's usually writing first, then gameplay.
Yeah.
Interesting. That seems to be outside of the norm for what people normally do. But I guess with songs, I it's a totally open market. I can't think of a single TF2 song parody that wasn't made by Uncle Dane by anybody else.
Um. Oh, there's this guy named Zenith. He did a parody of "Sorry for Party Rockin'" called "Sorry for Playing Sniper." And when I found out about it, I was talking with him because I didn't know who he was. He was talking to me, and I checked out his channel, and I was like, "Bro, I was gonna do a parody of "Sorry for Party Rockin'" called "Sorry for Rocket Jumping" about the rocket jumper like a
Oh
year
my
from now."
god. Wait, and
So
you said that was Zenith?
yeah, Zenith.
Zenith. Okay, I'll have to take a look into that because that sounds amazing. Zenith. Okay. I think I've stumbled across this channel before, but I will have to look for that
Mhm.
song. Um okay. So how that whole entire process, how long does it usually take to get one of those videos pumped out?
Um, I mean, it depends on. I guess it depends on the weapon, actually. I I could probably do it in like less than 5 days. But if it's a weapon like the Thompson, which is
Mhm.
actually the one I plan to do after the shotgun,
Okay.
I need to get like 60 kills with the Thompson on Dust Bowl. I
Oh
don't know
my
how long
god.
that's gonna. I don't, I
Why would you subject
don't know.
yourself to that?
I don't know if I have enough storage space on my computer to record that.
If you need a pocket medic, hit me up and we will get that shit done.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
sounds like actual hell. Like normally I would joke about it, I'm like, "Oh, that sucks." But no, that sounds like an actual bad time.
I mean, if I'm listening to the song that I'm parodying the whole time, maybe I could keep the energy up.
Oh my god. Why don't you just fake it? Just be one of those fake guys who
Well, I
edits
mean,
the numbers.
two of my parodies. I don't know if you noticed. Well, yeah, right at the beginning, I say two. The footage isn't mine for Liberty and the Degreaser.
Mhm.
I just stole footage from other people because I couldn't play TF2 at the time. There was like 5 months where I couldn't play TF2 because I was on a laptop and I just like wasn't able to. Like
Oh,
I could play it, but it was the frame rate was bad and it was just not very fun. So
okay. Well, so all we have to do is find the best Pomson player in the world
yes.
and then get them to use it. That sounds terrible. And so would you be after you say 3 years down the line, you've finished every single weapon and their song, and you're still going hard with this. What's next? Is it stages? Is it quitting? Is it doing the weapons for Team Fortress 3, which is definitely coming out?
Um, I don't know. I probably wouldn't do songs anymore but I wouldn't do them regularly anymore. That might be like something I do every once in a while, kind of like what Uncle Dane does. You know, he
Mhm.
released like albums, and then after that he kind of, you know, he has Gold Pan, and then You Healed Me with a Bow, which he released like, you know, not regularly, every once in a while. So I'll probably do something
Yeah.
like that. You know,
Okay.
like
Are
parody of
you?
parody of Thrift Shop
Yep.
about Whatville. What
Oh,
what?
shut up. I I'm sorry, that's my initial reaction. That's gonna be good. That's that ought to be a Christmas special too. Oh,
Absolutely.
you can make them theme too. Wow, that's such a cool little pocket of content that you can create there. I like that. That's really really cool.
Thanks.
Um, are you gonna end up compiling everything that you currently have into an album and then everything afterwards too,
Actually,
or?
yeah, that's the plan. I plan to release 10 songs per album.
Okay.
Um, and you know, 9 songs about, you know, one weapon for each class, and then the last song of every album will be a song about a class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That'll be kind of cool. You can like theme them after each class. Oh, that sounds neat. I would unironically pay money for that.
I'm gonna buy my album.
Buy my subscribe to me on SoundCloud. Uh, where where can people who are interested in the audio for your music go? Because I saw like in the description there are some links. Do you have like a SoundCloud? Do you have like a
Oh,
Google Drive? How do people listen to your music?
no, there's just like the audio?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, I'd probably just.
Are they on any other platform right now, or is it still just YouTube?
No, I don't plan to do any other platform. If I was gonna do just the audio, I'd just put them on a different channel.
Okay. Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Um, all right. So then the next segment we're getting into, hopefully the last time you'll ever have to talk about Zealot again. Because
Maybe.
I was there. So I had watched videos on your channel before the Zealot thing, but your
Oh,
channel
really?
was, yeah. I remember. Oh gosh, maybe I can't remember, but I definitely
It's fine.
knew which channel you were. And then I remember one day it was like kind of late at night, and then all of a sudden on my feed was a video about Zealot, and I was like, "Oh, I've seen that guy. He's the shorts guy, whatever, whatever." And then I clicked on it, and saw it was your channel. I'm like, "Oh, dope! I'll watch." And I don't think that I've ever seen a video absolutely explode like that in the TF2 scene. What was that like on your end?
Uh, well, at first it was hmm. I doubt Zealot's gonna watch this, so I'll say it. At first, when Zealot saw the video when it was still at like 1,000 views, because YouTube gave him a notification that I used his content in it, and so he watched it before most people.
Mm,
And he saw the bit at the end where I said, "Add me on Discord and talk to me. I'd love to have a chat." When I said that, I did not expect him to, but he did. And you know, I played it off in the moment as like, you know, I replied to his comment with Lamau in all caps, and you know,
yes, I remember
I accepted
seeing
his,
that.
I
That
accepted
was,
his friend request with and said, "You watched it?" Smiley face.
uh-huh.
But I was in reality, I was honestly shitting myself. I was very nervous
Yes,
the entire thing. Yeah.
of course. I can't imagine that you wouldn't like this YouTuber who, you know what? I'm not afraid of shitting on Zealot a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who doesn't make good content. It's not
Yeah.
the old content. I remember watching Zealot back when he was smaller because I like to keep up to date on TF2 YouTubers, and they were fine. But like you said in your video, after that first shorts video, which YouTube was just rolling out the whole process, all of a sudden nothing else, just a factory of these 1 minute or less videos that are just not, I don't think that they're technically good. So even though he
Yeah.
doesn't make the greatest content, it's still scary to have made an expose and then someone gets in contact with you like that. Um, so for people who didn't see the response video, how did he respond to your video, the initial one?
He said it was good. Like, he admitted that it was a good video. But he did not admit fault to anything. He didn't apologize. He was pretty much like, yeah, you're right. I'm a huge dick, and everyone should hate me. But you can't do anything about it because I'm a shorts YouTuber and I'm exploiting the attention span of children.
Yep.
So that's pretty much what it boils down to. So no matter what, he's gonna continue growing. He is continue growing. And that's fine, At least he's not out murdering people.
That's true. On the scale of bad things to do, he's definitely not like.
Yeah, there's bigger things to worry about.
Yeah, but it does definitely stand. Your point definitely does stand that kind of content. And we're both probably biased, but that kind of content just shouldn't be in the TF2 sphere on YouTube. It's already small enough as it is.
Yeah.
And having that big of a ratio of content that's churned out be like that, it seems problematic.
I don't think, because what happened is around the time I made that video, he was starting to kind of slip out of the TF2 niche and open up his content to just complaining about stuff. But because he has no charisma, he's just bad at making videos, because they weren't like unfunny TF2 15 skits for the 12-year-olds to laugh at. They didn't get views, right? They got way less, and whenever he would get something that got views, he would always make multiple videos about it. He made a video when Technoblade passed away.
Yes, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, and then when it got hundreds of thousands of views, he made another one, and that also got hundreds of thousands of views. He made one about Vince Ka, which I was very worried he was gonna team up with Vince Ka, and Vince Ka was gonna make him grow exponentially faster.
Who's Vince Ka?
He's a bigger shorts YouTuber who I've never really looked into.
Okay.
But it seems like from what I understand, Vince Ka is kind of like Zealot, but funnier.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
You're not an avid viewer of his content?
He also doesn't sound like a 13-year-old, so... Yeah.
Okay, so that seems weird maybe it's just my old man brain. I'm in my early 20s, so I can't have any understanding of this, but becoming a YouTube shorts or a shorts YouTuber, or what you would call it, seems pretty fucked up. I think that's
like
also
being a TikToker.
Yeah, it's like that doesn't mean anything to me, but there are kids who are absolutely just gobbling that content up.
Yeah.
I think that right after you had released your video, one of Zealot's shorts was why Starbucks needs to die or something. Starbucks needs to be exterminated. And I had definitely seen him come up in my feed because I follow TF2. I have YouTube, so YouTube shorts are going to be recommended to me that are TF2 shorts. And Zealot was the only one at the time that I had ever seen. And then all of a sudden I get Starbucks is killing the world. And I remember that was the one that I was like, okay, I am not interested in this content. This is bad content. But people will, it still gets out to so many people just because it's an experimental YouTube whatever.
Now, what I didn't mention is that Zealot is recently come back to TF2. I was happy. I thought he was gonna
did he really?
Not be TF2. Yeah, no, he came back to TF2 and he's getting views again. But now I'm not gonna say the name of the channel. He has another channel that's growing, very quickly. People come to me not every day, but they used to come to me every day, and now I still get it like once every few weeks saying, hey, this is Zealot's other channel that I found. You should look at it and maybe make a video about it. I'm like, no,
Oh, you're not the Zealot YouTuber.
yeah, and also, why should I care? And but yeah, I think eventually that channel, it's growing really fast. It's going to surpass Zealot. It's not making TF2 content.
Okay.
But he churns out posts on that channel like 63 times a day. So
what? Is it shorts? It's all shorts.
Yeah, it's shorts. It's shorts. It's got to be it's got to be a fucking miserable existence.
That's absurd.
I think eventually it's gonna pass Zealot, and he's gonna give up on that channel, and he's just gonna, and hopefully that's what happens. I don't like. There are shitty YouTubers that churn out content and they don't bother me. But when they're on my turf, that's when yeah.
Our home field. Yes. I'm nowhere near any sort of big YouTuber at this point, but I have the same feeling. It's like we do not want this content. Go somewhere else. Go to the balloons area and make your shitty 1 minute complaining sessions.
There's so many channels with like less than 10,000 subscribers that put like a lot of thought and effort into their videos, and they get recognized like 100 times less than Zealot putting out TF2 memes number 71.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. I think that's kind of why I started this series a while ago, because I think that there are some people in this. Well, I think there's a ton of people actually in the TF2 community on YouTube specifically, and like Twitch, but specifically YouTube, that are fantastic. I ran into Nerd Sauce yesterday, and I was like, oh my god, your videos are great. Like, I'm just looking for help with the atomizer, and there your channel is, and it's good content, and it's consistent relatively. But all of that attention is getting taken away by the shorts panel scrolling at the bottom with a bunch of clickbait thumbnails.
Also me. I think so. I put less effort into my videos than Nerd Sauce does, and I get more views than him, and I think he deserves more subscribers and everything.
I really do think that that's a problem with the issue in small content creators. It's just kind of crazy. If you're not every single day posting a video, like it's unrealistic hours of effort into a video every single day, then you're not going to get seen until one thing blows up, and then all of a sudden you have your one video on your timeline that's like, here's 11,000 views, and then the rest are like down in the hundreds or something like that.
But it probably feels more like it probably feels better to have a channel that you've like built over time than to just kind of just sit at the bottom, and then suddenly you get something huge, and then you kind of ride the wave. That probably feels. I just imagine. I don't know.
It has to feel so much better.
Yeah.
Like so that's actually an interesting point. That wave that you're talking about, you got more of a tsunami like way early. You had 80 subscribers.
Yes, 80.
When you released this video, and then where are you at now?
Nearly 30,000.
30,000. Those are huge numbers. Do you feel like did you feel an immense pressure when all of a sudden, like, you wake up 2 days later and you've got several times more subscribers than you initially had?
At first, yeah. But then I thought about it, and I was like, well, now there's this many people subscribed to me, so pretty much no matter what I put out, I'm gonna get at least like 1,000 people watching it, which is like 900 more than people usually watched it before. So I'm just happy with what I got.
Okay, well, that's a really good outlook to have on it. Less so a pressure that you need to entertain these people, and more so people are there to watch you now. Now you can stop talking about this other YouTuber that really doesn't deserve everything that he's got. I think that, okay, so the last point I want to ask about on Zealot is, do you feel like your video ended up having the impact that you were aiming for, or your videos ended up having the impact that you were looking for when making them?
Well, it had the best impact that it could, I think, which wasn't much. I think his I don't know if this can be accredited to me, but after my video went out, his sub count was kind of stagnant. Is that the word? Yeah, stagnant.
Yep.
For a while, he stayed at like 220,000 for multiple weeks, where before he was gaining 1,000 every week. But that may just be something to do with the fact that the videos he was making at the time were really shitty, shittier than normal.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But then,
I would argue that can be attributed to your video. That's like it's too correlated to not be cause and effect, right? Like even if it just stayed stagnant, there were people leaving him like flies, which just counteracted the thousands upon thousands of infants that roll in and press the red button.
People kept criticizing me for continuing to give him attention after my first video, when, you know, in reality, I felt obligated to make the second video because so much happened as a result from the first one. It was enough for its own video, and then I had also promised to make a diss track as a joke at 250 likes, right? Because I didn't expect even 250 people to watch it, but, you know, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something.
Uh-oh. I can't believe it. That thought has been lost for forever.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, the people that were criticizing me for that, hold on, there was a. Let me just because I left a pinned comment on the diss track, which was the last video I intended to do.
Yeah, take your time.
And the pinned comment says, "If this video upsets you and you think I'm milking it, just know that others wouldn't have stopped here. I'm genuinely happy that moving forward, I don't have to have this guy on my mind 24/7, and I'm excited to return to what I love, Team Fortress 2. If you think I've given him too much attention, you're not entirely wrong. I won't deny that there are certainly a handful who have discovered him through my videos, decided that I'm in the wrong, and chose to subscribe to him. However, I can assure you that I've convinced more people to avoid his content than I've convinced to watch and support him. Yes, his subscriber count continues to grow rather than shrink, but that would have happened anyway because it's just that easy to do when you exploit the attention span of children on YouTube. He's also kind of just killing his views by himself lately with these unfunny complaining videos that only like 8% of his audience actually enjoy. I will now try my best to forget he exists, and you should too. Thank you for watching." 3 months later, haven't forgotten he exists, but...
I think that last statement is really powerful though, because any sort of bit of that attention that Zealot had on you, because I mean, if I were as, I don't know, inept as he was, I would love it if people were talking about me and making drama, Whammo style, you know.
Well, yeah, he made it clear that he loved it.
Yeah, and by the way, to Whammo, I don't hate your shit. I think it's funny. Just do it better, please. And please come on the show. That'd be funny.
Whammo joined my server one time.
No shit.
I don't know if he's still in it. Yeah, he joined it to like ask me to make a video about Venusian Rapper. I don't know if you've heard about Venusian Rapper, but
I've definitely heard of that one. Okay, we won't.
Yeah,
that's as easy.
Venusian Rapper kind of freaks me the fuck out, but...
Well, hold on. Now I need to see the... Oh, wait. No, he's the, Oh, God. It just happened earlier with, Fat Magic stuff, right? That was his shit? Yeah, he was... You know, when he released that, and we don't need to get into this, but when he released that, I definitely sat there like, huh, he's doing the call a big TF tuber out, too. Interesting, kind of weird, but that's for his podcast. But with that last comment that you read out, I think that's really important for people to know. You like, this is not your problem to deal with anymore. People look at you, you made a video and you said, here's your problem, fix it. And then people said, well, show us more. And you did. You had another video, the response, whatever. And then you followed up with your final promise. It's not your problem to deal with anymore. Now it's everybody else's problem.
Well, you know what? To the people watching this, if you find out that Zealot's a serial killer or something, don't come to me with this information. Talk to El Maxo or something. I don't want to deal with that.
Bring it to me. I want my Zealot roasting turn.
Yeah.
Or to the local police, if it does come out that
works.
that
works as well. Probably actually better.
Well, you know what? I think that's a really good place to just leave his name forever.
Who?
I don't think another thought about him will cross my mind for a hot minute.
About who?
I can't remember. Whammo? We were talking about, right? Something like that. I don't know. So that's that. I think that's a really good place to leave it off. But first, the last big question, which we kind of got into a little bit with music and stuff like that. But do you have any big plans for your channel in the near future?
Big plans?
Massive plans. Anything people should be looking out for?
Looking out for. Well, I made it clear that so I made it clear that I want to do more odd merc out, and so if people want to participate in that, they should be in my Discord server, but they should not be, asking me when's the next odd merc out, because I'll let you know what it is. So relax.
The creator's paradox. So many people want to come in and do it, and then you're like, okay, now shut up. I'll tell you when to.
But my next big goal, I suppose, would be making my thoughts clear on every weapon and class in the game, which I'm going to do with this, because like if I found out right now that I have like a terminal illness or something and I was going to die a year from now, my goal would be to, let my opinions be heard about every item in the game and hopefully provide, my solution. I'm going to be talking about balance, basically. That's what I'm going to do. That's my next big plans.
That's your big plans. Okay.
I'm talking about balance like everyone else.
Well, so give me. I must have erased this question or something because I know I had it on the list earlier, but you're making the next TF2 update, right? And you get Valve tells you that you can only add, remove, or change 3 things.
3 things. Oh,
perfect. What do you change, add, or remove?
Removing the scorch shot.
Yeah. Wow. No hesitation, huh?
Nerfing the sniper and nerfing the vaccinator.
Oh my god, you had those just like in your pocket, ready to go. Well, I mean, I can guess what your problem is with the scorch shot since it's a busted weapon. And then the vaccinator. How would you change the vaccinator?
Honestly, I probably wouldn't remove the scorch shot. I would just need time to think about how to rebalance it.
Okay, that's fair.
But how would I rebalance the vaccinator?
Yeah, I'm curious. That's honestly, my favorite one to use. So
I haven't thought about that one either. Something to do with, because something that people don't really pick up on is the vaccinator is the only medigun that builds Uber during an Uber. So with other mediguns, while you're Uber charged, the meter is going down at a steady rate. With the vaccinator, you Uber, it immediately depletes 1/4 of your Uber charge.
Okay.
And you immediately start getting it back while the Uber is still active. So I would probably have something to do with that, but I don't know. I'd have to really think about that.
Okay. And then what was your second one? I can't remember.
So sniper.
Sniper. You're nerfing the sniper. How do you must have thought of ways to do that.
Yeah. Well, they're not even really my ideas. They're just ideas that have been floating around the community for a while. I talked to, Monkey.
I do know Monkey. He's on my list to get to talk to. I
could put in a good word for you. Maybe I talk to him sometimes.
Tell Monkey that I exist.
Okay.
Okay, go on.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes I annoy him, but
good. That's the best part.
I talked to him about it because I plan to do this video that I'm talking about where I rebalance every class in the game.
Okay.
just them and their stock weapons. That's my next video. That's what I'm working on right now.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, when I came to Sniper, I knew that he was the most in need of a change, but I didn't know how to do it. Right? I knew that I hated Sniper, didn't know why. So I talked to him about it, and he pretty much just told me exactly what Zesty Jesus said in this video that he made like 2 years ago now. And I mean, after rewatching it, I don't see how you could be mad at the changes. Even if you're a Sniper main, you can still play Sniper, and you just can't like quick scope anymore. And you also, I don't know, yeah, so it's something like that.
That's right. Well, I totally remember what video you're talking about. It's the like once you scope in, there's a delayed amount of time until you can headshot at all. Isn't that it?
And it's very short.
That's right.
It's at the lowest you can get it down to like 0.2 seconds, which is, as Jesus was very adamant in pointing out, that's about as long as it takes for someone to blink. But realistically, you're only quickscoping is going to be like probably 0.3 or 0.4. But like,
right.
The delay before you can hit a headshot should probably be more like 0.7 or 0.8. That sounds about right.
Okay.
Maybe not 0.8.
That makes sense. That's a pretty, like, I've played a fair share of Sniper, and that's totally not going to destroy the class like a lot of them would probably make you believe. But it's also going to take care of a lot of bullshit that happens too.
Yeah, shit, I forgot what I was going to say again.
That's okay. It's just the dementia kicking in.
Yeah, people often argue, saying like the whole quick scope headshot at close range. When you're the one who gets quick scope headshot at close range, it's like, fuck, that wasn't fair. What was I supposed to do? But for the Sniper, it's like, oh, I'm good at the game, so I deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
But then you compare it to like, a soldier who hits some like crazy cross map Nisselt montage air shot.
Yep.
You don't get an insta kill. You get like 30 damage because fall off exists. So it's like, should you be rewarded all the time for doing something very impressive? No. If it's unfair, no.
I would agree. I think that that's a really solid way to balance Sniper, especially in the state that the game is in now.
It would still be fun, right? I've been playing Sniper more recently, and I've been actually kind of enjoying it, but I haven't been hitting these crazy quickscope headshots, So you can still have fun at Sniper.
Yeah, being able to quick scope headshot is not. That's just not even what Sniper's about. That's not the point. You're supposed to be way in the back. You're supposed to be focusing on things, and that's why you have your SMG. That's why you have your Cleaner's Carbine, Bushwhacker.
People really like also. Because I with the whole rebalancing stock weapons and everything, people were often like, I would get people's, because I put out a Google form a while ago, because I meant to do the video a long time ago, but didn't get around to it. I put out a Google form asking people like what they would change, and some people were saying, oh, buff the SMG, but it's like, it's good.
Buff the SMG?
Yeah, people think it's bad. People compared to the syringe gun.
What? That is not a take I've ever heard. That's insane. No? This SMG is totally fine. Yeah, you got a track. It does a lot of damage. Granted, the
Cleaner's Carbine though. Come on.
Oh, that's if you're feeling silly. That's the SMG for if you're clowning around a little bit. I need to do that. I don't even think I have a strange carbine. I really need to get my hands on one. Yeah, no, I think so. I mean, that's my agenda of questions. And I'm getting my own kind of dementia moment too, because I've had a couple of questions pop into my brain that I forgot to type out because I'm a dummy. Have you seen the new Halloween stuff that's coming out? Like today?
Oh yeah, I was playing it earlier. Have you played?
I need to. I'm gonna stream after this, and I gotta do Halloween stuff.
Hopefully, by the time you play, they've patched out the bugs.
Uh-oh.
One of the new maps. I played one of the new maps.
Yep.
It's called Bonesaw, and the map itself looks really well polished. There's like a custom Headless Horseman model.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a payload race map. The red cart, you cannot push it. It doesn't work.
What?
So it's like you're playing it's like you're just playing normal payload, but there's a red cart that no one can interact with. But it's fine because you can still win the game because it's one of those maps where it doesn't matter who pushes the payload to the end. It's whoever wins the mini game that you do afterwards. You know.
Oh,
Yeah, it sucks, but it's like, yeah, I guess it kind of works.
I cannot. That's so absurd. Valve
Yeah.
needs to get their shit together.
I don't know if it's the map creator, if it's Valve. I don't know. It has to be Valve. I don't know
I
how
mean,
a map creator who made a map that looks that polished didn't think to make the red cart be
well,
pushable.
right, and there's got to be some sort of quality control going through Valve, right? And
I don't know.
you loaded into it several times, I'm assuming, and so it wasn't just like a one time.
Yeah,
Oh, this
we had
thing
to
does not work.
actually we just did it for the contracts, and me and my friends were playing. One of my friends got auto balance, so we had to play it again for him because the contract points don't like equate to your party members if they're on the enemy team.
Oh, okay, okay.
And also, my other friend got kicked because he had a differing opinion from someone in the game, so we had to play the entire game for him. Yeah.
I got kicked.
So.
I got kicked yesterday. What had happened? It was like maybe 1 o'clock in the well, okay, today 1 o'clock in the morning, and freaking a bunch of guys were being assholes, and so I typed in the chat. I was like, guys, maybe that's not really funny, and immediately, like frame one. Kick player does, and then I got kicked unanimously, and I was just like, "Oh shit!"
Wow.
Maybe midnight 2 fort is not the way to go. I guess. Oh well.
Yeah, I feel like that's just the TF2 community. You know, you'll get like someone on your team that you don't like. You know, you think, oh, maybe this guy's a bit of a dick. Maybe we should kick him or something like that. But then he says like a racial slur. And at that point, it's a coin toss of whether or not your team's gonna, stand by him and be like, "This guy is based AF," or immediately just
I've never heard something so true about the TF2 chat. God, it's terrible. It's terrible because you'll be like sitting there, you're like a decent human being, and someone's over there being like, just an asshole, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm going to do something about it. And then you're right. It's 50-50. I swear to God, like you either kick him immediately or you get reverse kicked right afterwards.
Yeah.
With everybody else chiming in about how much of an idiot you are.
That's another thing with cheaters. PSA, if someone on your team calls out a cheater and the cheater calls a counter vote kick on them, they are cheating.
Yes. Absolutely. I have never
also,
once... Yeah, go ahead.
Hit F2. Hit F2. That also do that.
Hit F2. That's a good point. Unless it's clearly defined ahead of time that, oh, this person's a bot or this person is cheating. I agree. Just F2 is safe unless there has been prior talk about it. Well, that's pretty much all of our time. It's really nice having you on. I like talking to you, and I think that we've got some really, really interesting stuff for people to look at. And sorry, there's nothing to look at here. This is a podcast, you idiots. If you're looking at this right now, I'm gonna put something funny on screen, but then I'm gonna take it off right now, so you go to look at it and it's not there. Deal with it. It'll be something funny.
I'll make a community post so that people watch it.
Hey yo, that would be sick. I'll before we end anything, give us your socials, give us your plugs.
Okay.
Everything that should be.
I thought for a second you were gonna ask me to do like the Tim Allen grunt, and I'm like, no, fuck.
Well, you shouldn't have said that. What? A Tim Allen grunt?
Oh, the Tim Allen grunt? I mean, I used to be able to do it really well, but well, let me mute and practice.
Okay. Tim Allen grunt.
Never mind, I can't do it. All right, what was the question? Socials?
Oh my god, you're gonna blue balls us like that? Okay, that's fine.
I don't really use Twitter. I don't really use anything except for YouTube. If you want to join my Discord, go to my YouTube channel and click on the About section, and my Discord is there. So that's And my channel is called Tony Allen. But if you look up Tony Allen, it'll just give you the basketball players. You gotta look up Tony Allen TF2.
Tony Allen TF2. I'll make sure to link everything in this description too, so that no one's running into any basketball players when they're trying to game.
Yes. Or dead piano players, or was it drummers?
Tim Allen
Tony Allen.
or Tony Allen?
There's a drummer.
Tony
There's a
Allen.
drummer. There's a drummer called Tony Allen. He's
Okay.
dead.
Well, rip in peace. We love you. Well, yeah. So that's gonna pretty much end this episode. The real Tim Allen, Tony Allen. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come on and shoot the shit. Like I said, I had fun. I learned shit. That's dope.
Hopefully I can come back someday.
I would love for you to come back someday.
And hopefully you can get bigger names on here.
Yeah. Well, so far you're the biggest one. Everybody else has been much more small time.
The guy who had it last time, I checked it out, Dre Zidell. I was so surprised to find out that he had been doing that shit for 10 years. And he didn't have 1,000. He didn't have it's just surprise.
Not
no
only
offense
that,
to him.
but it's no offense. It's not fair for him because YouTube is just straight up missing his shit. If you look up Scottish Resistance TF2, obviously you'll have like the big names who made their videos of it.
Stick on a stick, yeah.
Yep.
Or my song that I made about it recently is pretty.
Yes,
pretty
that's
good.
the Backstreet Boys one. That is not allowed in Russia.
Yep.
But his content is great. He's a really cool dude too. And so I'm super happy I got to talk with him. And yeah, we'll definitely be able to get you back on. Actually, it'd be pretty fun to get to play some with you.
Absolutely.
At some time.
Where are you from?
I'm from Minnesota. I'm in the Midwest.
Oh, I got a friend from Minnesota who I play with sometimes, so that should work. The ping difference shouldn't be unbearable.
Yeah. Typically it's server based from what I've seen.
Yeah,
I've had decent matches everywhere.
I wanted to play a game with Monkey, but he's from Sweden, so the ping difference was kind of.
That's right.
Yeah.
Monkey's from Sweden.
But we didn't do it, so we ended up playing MVM instead, and in MVM the ping difference is not like an issue. So.
Do you remember which server you ended up connecting to?
It was Virginia, which was weird because I usually connect to Frankfurt servers.
Weird. Okay. Well, actually, that brings up a really good point. MVM, I guess, my channel is my channel known for it. My Twitch streams are usually known for MVM, so if we want to do that sometime, that would be cool
Absolutely.
as fuck. I love MVM so much. But yeah.
And your stream, like I said, I never heard of you before, but your stream looks entertaining. It's.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't usually watch Twitch. I actually forgot my Twitch password, but.
Oh my god. Well, yeah,
You know who you should have on this podcast? You should have Jalen. Have you heard of Jalen?
Jalen, that sounds familiar. Let me look him up. What's Jalon?
No, Jalon.
Oh, okay. On YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube. There's another channel. He's the one that has more subscribers than the other channel that comes up.
TF2 Thunderdome, the clapping? The slapping?
Yeah, he's like a YouTube streamer that streams TF2.
Oh, okay. Okay. I would absolutely love to get this person on. Oh my god. Is that him?
Yeah, he was in my Odd Mercat video, yeah. That's
Holy shit. He is that is a man right there.
He's kind of hot, I'm not gonna lie.
Dude,
don't tell him I said that though.
Come on this podcast and smooch us both. That'd be fun. That'd be sick. Well, okay, yeah. So that's actually a really good point and an even better segue into my next part. Go ahead.
I mean, you've already tried to wrap up the episode, but keep going.
I'm bad.
Let's go for another hour. Let's go for another hour.
I don't tempt me. My first episode of A Night With is 4.5 hours long.
Yeah, I saw. I wasn't gonna watch that one. Like, even if it wasn't about Face It, which I don't care for.
Yeah. I'm glad you don't care for Face It, because I don't either. Face It's kind of trash now.
Right, sorry,
even though they gave me. Fuck. What was I gonna say?
I hope I didn't make you forget.
No, you can't. The segue that you gave me was if you guys, the listener, I'm talking to you, the listener. If you have anyone you want to see on this show, talk to them, but don't spam them. Just say, hey, there's a cool podcast in which a guy who is very cool and very handsome talks to other people. You should reach out to them, tell them that, send them here, or comment below, and I will reach out to them, because this is a super fun show, and I'm excited to see where it goes. This week was Tony Allen. Super, super good. I'm stumbling here. The next one's gonna be Nerd Sauce, who is a smaller YouTuber that I stumbled across a few months ago, I think. And if I remember correctly, Tony Allen and Nerd Sauce are in cahoots, right?
Yeah, we're friends.
Yeah. So there you go. Come on soon to see that show, and from there we can sign off. That could be the end of the show. So once again, thank you, Tony Allen, for coming on. Great podcast, and we can't wait for your next project.